such good doggies. Stella, which is a blue nose pit. We have Penny, which is a golden retriever half chow chow. And then we have Maya, she's a Maltipoo with no tail. She was literally born with no tail. It's like completely round. It's not even like a little nub or anything. Today is actually gonna be a little bit different than usual. I don't know if you can tell by the background. I'm in my house right now. So right now we are gonna get Red out. Red is my chicken. Morning, Red. She's like a dog. You call her on command, she goes to you. You tell her to get back in her coop, she goes in her coop. You tell her to get down from the plants and stop eating the vegetables. She looks at you and keeps on eating. And this is what we're gonna be working with today. We're gonna take the Miata cart, we're gonna put it on my crazy looking trailer, and then we're gonna take this to Temecula, California to meet up with Justin at Status Racing. All right, car's already loaded up, strapped up. Let's get on the road. Alright guys, just got done talking to Justin. What a great guy. So I'm gonna get a prototype seat. It's a seat that's not even out yet. If you don't know anything about Miatas or FDs, RX-7s, it's extremely hard to fit aftermarket seats in this car. Extremely hard. While keeping the door panel and the center console. In my case, even though this whole car is completely gutted, I still have the door panel and I have the stock center console. The new seat is supposed to fit smaller cars, right? So this is the first time we're gonna try it. They produce the seats. They're gonna make me a custom one for the Miata cart, and then we are going to put it on, which is what you will find on the internet, a basic universal slider kit for the Miata, and then their seat bracket that is a bolt-on drop seat that fits in the Miata. And if it doesn't, it's something that you have to make or fab that move it, you know, 1/8 of an inch to the right or 1/8 of an inch to the left, and which is gonna make something that works as a bolt-on piece for the consumer. Hopefully we can change the industry for Miatas that need racing seats.
A little later.
So this happened to me. The straps broke, both of them. The rear straps broke, the car moved forward, and that is my radiator and that's my AC condenser, which they were both working perfectly fine. There's cooling everywhere. My straps are down there. The car jumped forward like four to 5 feet. And I just had to get out of the way. Oh, there's the other piece. Oh man, broke my bar. Awesome. Look, completely broke the freaking bar. I haven't even driven it yet. I already broke the damn thing. All right, so I put that tie strap, which is the last one that I have left, which is what I use for small loads for the back of the truck. Obviously, I strapped it in the wrong spot. What idea went around this whole subframe, but I bet you the edge of the frame is what cut the strap. So I'm not blaming the strap, I'm blaming myself. I should have used the freaking bar. But I didn't want to strip the freaking paint, and stupid me, and that's what I get, so whatever. Learning curve. Just gotta deal with the situation. So I'm gonna put this down here, and I'm gonna attempt to start the car, and I'm gonna try to drive it back, see if I can get it off the frame. Well, the car doesn't start, which means something other than the radiator. And I hit the crankshaft, so I'm hoping it didn't break the pulley, and I'm hoping when I cranked it right now, I'm hoping I didn't skip timing. And I can't start and look at the pulley at the same time to see if it's even spinning because I'm by myself. And what sucks is that I'm literally a block away from my house. My buddy, my really good friend and realtor, the one that helped me buy this house, he actually lives down the street from me. So he's on his way here with his truck, and we're gonna have to try to figure out how to move that from that area, make it jump back up, and I don't know. From there, restrap it, and then try it again. There he is, my savior. He's got hooks in the front of his bumper. So we're gonna put a strap to the car and try to pull it that way. And I'm gonna use the big roll cage that's attached to the frame versus anything else in this car. right guys, so right now we all strapped up. The rear strap is in there and I'm using the actual frame of it just to hold it down. Did the same thing in the front again. The front I didn't have an issue with, so we should be good with that. My body's going to follow me, but not too close, of course. And I'm just going to try to make it home, because home is like a super steep hill, and this beak is freaking trying to get into my coke also. Well, today was a big win at Status Racing, and then it was a big fail on my way home. So let's see if my son can't help me unload the truck. Alright, so those are the damages that I can see right now by just looking at it. You guys saw how the front crank pulley was so warped. I'm just hoping it's the pulley, but because it didn't start, I don't know, it probably damaged the crank sensor or whatever. So there you go. You guys want a daily vlog? Just one day of my adventures. But once I put the pulley on, if it doesn't start in the crank sensor, if it still doesn't start, then rebuild that engine. It's pointless. Might as well put something better in there if I'm gonna put the motor out. I do have, this is an FD transmission and that is an FD engine that I've had for years. This was supposed to go in my Volvo, but the Volvo is gone. Maybe not. Is there a rotary cart out there anywhere? Has anybody done an exo cart rotary? I don't think I've ever seen one.
Several days later.
Make the turn. We ain't stopping. It works.
I'm sure you saw in the previous clips what happened and how I ended up messing up and the car fell off the trailer and all that good stuff. Anyway, so since then, I have pulled the motor out. There is no more motor here. It is gone, and I'm gonna be doing an engine swap. Everything's gonna completely change. Since you guys last saw it, it was all purple. In my house, I've wrapped it, Nado gray, which is the wrap left over from the truck that we did. And then I ended up putting some fluorescent orange. Our boys at Status. So they came up with this solution, which they haven't tested. This is all by measurements. And they said that this should fit bolt on in any Miata, NA, NB, or any of them, and it should clear. Now I did set in here and my shoulders do kind of like bulk forward. And while you guys saw my Cappuccino, how it has a racing seat in it, and that one does not hit the door panel either, and I sit the same way. So I'm assuming it is about the same size as the one I have in the Cappuccino. And it is not, it might seem uncomfortable, but it's really not. I can drive the Cappuccino all day and I'm perfectly fine. And if it does fit, then Status is gonna make this seat for Miata owners. For that, you need a Miata seat adapter, obviously. So from here, I also bought universal sliders, which you don't have to, you can just hard mount them. But I want a slider because this car's not built just for me. I want everybody in the team to get in my car and enjoy it, go to the track, right? That's why I ended up buying sliders for both sides, passenger and driver's side. And obviously we need the adapter from the slider to the side of the racing seat. So I haven't tested any of this. These is all that I just got in boxes and I brought here. On top of that, Status just came out with colors, harnesses for your car, and they're SFI approved, so you can take it to the track and they completely pass inspection. I ended up buying some knockoff wheels from eBay or for wherever I got them from, and they're 15x90 offset, and they're universal for 4-lug. They're 4x114 and 4x100. And of course, how can we forget the fucking RT660s? These tires are actually Mickey's tires for his Civic, and we are actually running the same spec on both cars. And honestly, the whole reason why I decided to build this car is because I want to be with my boy next to him on the track. We're building that one for him on the track, and then we're also building this one for me in the track. And our goal is to have them both finished around the exact same time so we can take them both for the first time to the track and do testing and do some fun bro stuff. Enough talking, I'm gonna get to work.
So I got a gift. It says, saw the fluid was a little low on the GTR, please top off, from Mickey. Blinker fluid. And it's empty too.
They didn't put any, not even water in it?
We're up to 6,000 blinks.
Now you can blink all day, bro.
Let me put some on my BMW so it can work.
You need a lot more than that. Okay, I just got done mounting and balancing the wheels. Here they are. They are meaty. Nothing but meats and lips. So let's put them on, baby. I don't know why I did that. And that's already looking a million times better. Yep. I think you need some floral stripes right here, baby. All right, so now that I have the tires on, let's start removing seats. Now, since we have the seat out, I'm gonna grab some Maguire's carpet cleaner, and you know we love this stuff around here. And I'm gonna try to clean all this disgusting stuff. So wifey actually showed up out of nowhere. She decided to give me a hand, and she took over. She doesn't like to be in camera, so probably won't see her. Anyway, she's gonna help me clean that area, and I'm gonna start taking the seat out of the passenger seat and all the mess that I have in here. All right, some of these holes don't line up. This one lines up to the brace, but this one does not line up to the slider. So I'm gonna modify some of this stuff to make sure everything works correctly, and then I'll be right back.
A little later.
All right, so right now I ended up putting the seat bracket, the slider, and then the adapter for the status seat. Because there's just so many pieces put together, this is kind of like a pain in the butt when you're trying to put sliders. So now we're gonna sit this in the middle. I got the wrong brackets, so I don't know what's going on. Doesn't fit. The bottom part is too wide for these adapters, so back to the drawing boards.
A little later.
The seat was too wide for the bracket, for the Miata bracket. And we know that because the Miata is extremely narrow where the seats are at. So this is what I ended up doing. I ended up bolting out these brackets to the seat, and I made these bars that go across, and let me show you how it fits. You guys can get closer. It's literally the gap of the seat. Is it gonna fit in the car? I have no idea. This is what this is for. It's a prototype, it is not out for sale yet. So this is why this is all testing, right? So we try to make sure that it fits perfect before it goes out for sale.
A little later.
All right, so we finally got it to work. After putting these two braces from one side to another and bolting this back up, everything's working perfect. It even slides back and forth the way it's supposed to. Next thing is we're gonna try to bolt it into the car. Oh, she's tight. Oh, this is good. Ooh, I'm way too good. That's it. Ooh, this is comfy, man. Super comfy. But, all right, so city's inside, but look at this. It's a little bit tight. So I'm assuming if you have an NA, you should be fine because the N doesn't have this handle right here. But for the MBs, that's a very tight spot. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna clear the center console when it goes back in. That's fine. This, but it did. You see how kind of like pushed it back? It still closes though. I'm high though. Seat's pretty high, but I'm only on second setting, so I can go down two more. I can go down. Yeah, so it's completely adjustable. So Overall, I like it. I think it works.
Several days later.
All right, so here's the car with both seats on from Status Racing. We also have the harnesses. The interior is pretty much done. Next step for the car is gonna be the engine bay. All this needs to be completely gutted out. We're gonna paint the engine bay and we're gonna start prepping the engine to be installed in here and the transmission. So we are gonna use an REW 13B from FD as well as the transmission. Other than that, the car is looking pretty sick. All right, that's gonna be it for today, guys. I know this video was a little bit different than the ones before, but I hope you still like it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. See you in the next one, guys.